Guys, Twitch may be an undead monster, but don't worry. The CEO only eats medium-sized dinners. This is a cow's opinion. And as we continue, accidentally you saw I was listening to some Scary Game Squad, don't care. As we continue to look at all the news and the fallouts from the last year's worth of video game closures, cutbacks, and just terrible things, Twitch is something that is on a lot of people's minds. Now, if you don't know what Twitch is, I don't understand how you found this video because you don't know anything about the video gaming space. It is the biggest streaming platform currently owned by Amazon, and a lot of people are concerned about its long-term health and viability. And it's not just because YouTube continues to advance, even though it's only somewhat into streaming. But a lot of the employers think are worried it's becoming a zombie brand and that there will be more layoffs and that tons of bad things are going to happen. If you don't know what a zombie brand is when it comes to corporations, that's okay. What it means is that it kind of meanders along. It doesn't close, but it never gets good or serviceable. It just keeps, kind of going. It's kind of there. It's kind of not. Now, we're looking at this article via PC Gamer and Rick Lane. Thank you so much for that. Because, as reported by the Wall Street Journal, Amazon paid $1 billion to buy it back in 2014, but has not really seen any kind of good financial return. And in fact, Twitch has always struggled to be profitable. You can go on and see, like, Pirate Software has a really good mini short where he talks about how much money it costs just for his streams, which have... I'm not trying to bash Pirate Software, but he's not like anywhere close to the biggest streamer out there. And even his small streams cost them thousands of dollars to support. So how in the hell are they making any money? Well, they're not really. And this is weird because they had a lot of growth after things like Fortnite. And of course, during the COVID-19 pandemic, which I think I can finally say without having my video suppressed, and everyone had to stay home. Now, Amazon doesn't provide official revenues or charts or graphs for Twitch. However, the Wall Street Journal did look at internal documents and found that the service generated approximately $667 million in ad revenue and another $1.3 billion in commerce revenue. That's stuff like, their portion of subs, merch, deals, and stuff that collect through Twitch. The problem is, while that sounds good, that is literally almost $2 billion. It's not even 0.5% of the total revenue Amazon made for the year. Not only that, that says that that's the revenue that's the money they took in. But Twitch is not profitable. So even though they made almost $2 billion, they also spent about that much to keep Twitch going. That's the twist with Twitch. Amazing, isn't it? So this is important. The report I'm so tongue-tied today, I apologize. The report points to Twitch's challenging business model as the primary cause, specifically high infrastructural cost of supporting a large volume of live streams. Remember, there's not just 5 or 6 live streams. You can find dozens, hundreds, sometimes even thousands of people live streaming on Twitch simultaneously, and the difficult nature of integrating advertising into long-form live video. If you've been on Twitch recently, even when I'm subscribed to some people, the video will get smaller for a bit, and the top, bottom, or side banner will turn into an ad for 30 to 60 seconds. And in fact, Twitch is trying to encourage people to run more of these so they can make more ad revenue. Remember, the ad revenue was only half as big as the commerce revenue. They would really love for this to be at least the same size, because advertising is important. The audience has also been spending less recently on subscriptions and donations to creators, with internal projections suggesting the platform could shed or make $250 million in revenue less by the end of next year, 2025. That's bad when as you advance and get bigger, you're not growing your revenue and your audience. This is why they've had the layoffs. Last year, Amazon laid off 400 people from the streaming platform, and then another 500 were laid off earlier this year, and the Twitch CEO Dan Clancy is stating that Twitch was meaningful larger than it needs to be. Now, the reason why I'm covering this isn't just because I want to beat up on Twitch. If you don't follow the market like I do, that's one of my other passions in life, is companies and corporations and stuff, which is why I know some people always talk about the morality, but if you pay attention to the corporate and the dollars and the revenue, you don't have to agree with what these companies are doing, but you're going to at least understand why they do it. So here's the thing. Amazon's going to report second quarter results on Thursday, meaning basically the 4th, 5th, and 6th month of the year, in just 2 days from this recording. And then there's going to be an internal operations review this fall. And employees are terrified that if the quarter's not great and the operation review doesn't look good, that there's going to be a third round of layoffs. And man, guys, they've already lost almost 1,000 employees. That's a huge headcount because I don't think Twitch has like 20,000 people. So I don't know if what it's going to look like or how good the service is going to be if they keep cutting the people that make it run. And they're worried that Twitch can be just considered like a failure at Amazon, and because it never lived up to expectations after a decade, which is the Zombie brand, with other things like Goodreads and Woot. Do you know what those are? No, you don't, because they're zombie brands. They don't matter. They're there, they exist, they make some money in revenue, but they're never going to get pushed, and they're never going to get expanded, and they're never going to get better. A lot of employees have also criticized Clancy because they're embarking upon international travel work trips to meet with creators and host live streams while he's laying off employees and remarking about unprofitability. He has responded to these employees, giving his itinerary. Instead, his meetups included medium-sized dinners with creators. In other words, he's taking them out, but he's only buying the $80 plate. He's not buying the $500 plate. If I was running a manufacturing company, I would be meeting with the companies that provided us raw materials, as well as the companies that we sold our widgets to. So what is the opinion? First of all, this Dan Clancy guy is probably not the guy to lead Twitch. If he's going around and making a lot of trips and spending a lot of money on like showing off to creators, that's probably not the best thing for Twitch right now. Now, I get it. You have YouTube, where someone like Ludwig went back to YouTube. He's exclusive on there now. And you have Kick, which is like the terrible, god-awful Wild West of streaming right now. But they are offering big money deals to the best creators to try to, get more people to come to the platform. But it's not a good look when you're laying off hundreds of employees every 6 months, and then you're like, hey, by the way, I got to get on my jet. I got to go to these 5 states and these places in Europe, and I'm going to take creators out, and we'll only go to moderately party. So what can Twitch do? First of all, Twitch really needs some upgrades, guys. They need to make it easier for you to find old videos, because right now you can't really find old videos easy. That's one of the things that YouTube is really good at. They also need to, do more. You've seen recently they took away the ability for mods to, create moments. Now the creator themselves has to. But the creator is both playing the game or hosting the topic as well as streaming it. So giving them another big thing to do is every time I have a big tweetable moment, every time it's going to be something huge on Instagram or TikTok, I got to be the one that puts the button and edits it real quick before the moment passes, and I can't do it. It's really... Twitch is making decisions for short-term pain at the expense of possible long-term gain. And I know that's easy for me to say because I'm not the one there who has to look at Big Daddy Amazon and explain to them why I'm losing hundreds of millions of dollars a year, potentially. But if Twitch is going to survive and not be a zombie and have somebody just put a stake in its heart and let it just kind of, sluggishly go around, it needs a lot more, not necessarily tons more money, but it needs a lot more attention to the service, and they need to listen to the creators on Twitch a lot more. The path that they're on is not sustainable. And we know it's not sustainable because projections are suggesting that they could shed $250 million, and they desperately need that money because even with $2 billion, which we just saw earlier in this article, Twitch does not make money. So making decisions that are going to make people spend less on subscriptions, less on merch, less on bits and cheers and other stuff it's not going to help you guys. But I want to let you in on the discussion as I always do. Do you guys use Twitch as your primary? How much time do you spend between Twitch and YouTube? And would you prefer to have your favorite be on Amazon's Twitch or Google's YouTube? Do you actually watch Kick? It's not necessarily a place I go to because I like positivity. But guys, let me know in the comments below. You know what else you can do? You can always play more games. Games are awesome. You're awesome. And you deserve the awesome. I'll see you next time. Night of the Living Twitch. That's a movie right there.